Hi, this is Belinda with Lesson 17 of A Course in Miracles. Lesson 17 says, I see no neutral thoughts. This idea is another step in the direction of identifying cause and effect as it really operates in the world. I was in so much denial about what was causing the effects in my life. I was blaming circumstances for the direction my life was going. I was blaming my spouse for my being unhappy. I thought everything else around me was causing the effects, right? So this lesson, it says that it is always the thought that comes first, despite the temptation to believe that it is the other way around. This is not the way that the world thinks. I don't know where I got this idea that controlling the circumstances out here changes my life. But that's what I believed for a very, very long time. I believed that if I worked hard enough, if I did enough, if I constantly, physically did what I was told was required to have the abundant, beautiful life that others were having, right? That it would happen for me. And it was after years of working constantly, working crazy hours, trying to raise a family, doing the things that were supposed to make my life better and happier and more joyful, that I realized something's not right here. This is not changing anything. I'm just getting a lot more things to work on. I'm getting overwhelmed and burdened with doing and things to do. There's lists and lists of things to always do. When I started reading about the very first book that brought the subject up about looking within me to see what in me needed to change, was The Power of a Praying Wife by Stormy. I don't remember her last name. I remember reading that book and just breaking down because I was refusing to look within me. Those other people had to change. Those other people had to stop being the way they were being. That's what was making my life unhappy. And that book was so challenging. It was an emotional process reading that book. But that was the very first introduction that I had to looking at me and what in me was creating and causing the things in my life out here that were not joyful for me. And this lesson 17, I can read it today and feel at peace reading it, because over the years I've had experiential validation. I've had experiences that I cannot deny. I'm responsible for what I create in this world. And the thing about it, folks, is that, and this is what I'm reading, what I read in the text, that what I see in you is what I reinforce in me. So if I look at you from a place of judgment and criticism and fear or anger or competition, then I'm strengthening that within me. And we're connected. Our minds are connected. There's a lot of scientific evidence to prove that we are capable of tapping into this one mind. And we each have to do our individual work to discipline our mind, to purge some of those. And it's not, it's a matter of purging, but it's a matter of staying connected to that part of our mind that peace dwells, that happiness and joy dwells in, that safety exists constantly. And it's just a matter of shifting into that mind. And there are all kinds of teachers out there that teach us this technique or that technique to how to do it. This course is similar to what the presence process. It takes us through a journey to help us see what's going on. We can't shift into that one mind or the place where the Holy Spirit resides. And this book likes to use, religious terms, the Holy Spirit. And there are other terms for this, beingness. There's a lot of teachers out there that refer to it as beingness. It's this place where we just be. But the idea that I see no neutral thoughts, and it's always the thought that comes first. And then it also tells us to not make any distinctions between what you believe to be animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant. And that is because you are unaware as yet of any thought that is really true and therefore really happy. So that was it for today. It's important. This one I see as an important lesson. Thanks for watching. I just remembered I didn't do the affirmation for today. This one wasn't so this one didn't trigger me as much as some of the lessons before it. So I won't have one for today. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.